Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's talk about how we can configure both the import mode and the direct query mode. And then of course we'll also do the dual mode. So first let me try to show you my database. So I'm using Postgres database, Postgres SQL. So this is my database. So first we need to determine the connection of the Postgres. So that the connection credentials for the Postgres, and the credentials is what we'll be using in Power BI to connect to this database. So let me just try to connect. So here we'll key in the password. So the databases I have here, I have Postgres, and then also have the stock management database. So within the stock management, I have these two tables. I have the stock details table and the stock purchases table. So we'll use stock details table for import mode, and then stock purchases table for the direct query mode. But again, let's try to see the connection credentials. So I will come and right click on this PostgreSQL 16. Then I'll go to properties. Then we want to see the connection credentials. So we have the host name as a local host, the port as 5432, and then the username as a Postgres. So these credentials we'll use in connecting to this database from Power BI. So let's go back to our Power BI desktop. So to connect to data, we just use the usual procedure, get data, or we can click on get data from another source. So when I click here, it will give me the list of various data sources, but we need a Postgres database. So I'll write here Postgres, and then we'll click on this Postgres SQL database. Then we click connect. Then from here now we need to put the credentials of the server, or the server and the database. So here we have localhost. Then we must also put the port name, which is 5432. Then the database is stock management. And then now we said that we want to use stock details for import mode and stock purchases for direct query mode. So now our default selection was import mode. So we'll click OK. Then now we'll choose the public stock details for our import mode. Then I can see the preview of the table that we have for stock details. And then again, now we are assuming that the table is clean. There's no need for any transformation or any cleaning of the data within the table. So we just click load. So with the import mode, initially we had said that the data set is being loaded into a Power BI memory. So it occupies a space within Power BI. So when I come to table here, table view, I can see the preview of the table or the data sets within that table. And then when I come to model view, you can see we just have a single table for stock details. So this is all about the import mode. So let's move back and do the direct query mode. Again, we'll just use the same procedure, get data. Then I'll click on this option for more. Then let's search for Postgres. This Postgres. Then connect. So our server name is localhost. Then we also must include the port. Then the database is stock management. Then now we are doing the direct query. Then we'll click OK. So now we are choosing stock purchases for direct query mode. Then now this is the preview of our data sets or our data table. Then we click load. So our table has been loaded into Power BI, and at the data pane you can see now we have two tables, the stock details and stock purchases. But when we go to table view, and when I click on stock purchases, now you can see the default selection here is stock details, which you can see the details of the table. But when I click to when I select stock purchases, you can see the table within the canvas we have an empty we don't have any table within the canvas, and then there's an information telling us that this table cannot be shown because it is not in import mode, meaning the data set does not reside within the Power BI memory, so we cannot preview it. But when I click to stock details, since the data set resides within Power BI, we can see the details of that table. So again, when I go to model view, you can see we have two tables. The first table is just a plain table. So the next table here again we have the next table we have this other table for stock purchases with a light blue line on top. So this light blue line is showing that this table is coming from a different mode, as opposed to the first table which does not have a blue line on top. So the first table is an import mode table, and this one with the blue line on top is a direct query table. So again, we also had the dual mode. So the dual mode will go to property. So to change to dual mode, we'll expand on advanced. We have the option for general under properties, and then we also have the option for advanced. So we'll select advanced, but first you must select the table. So when I click outside these two tables, so there's no table is collected, so you can't see that option for general and advanced. But when I click on this table, the stock purchase table, now you can see under properties we have a general option and then advanced option. So when we want to change it to dual mode, we'll expand on advanced. Then under storage mode, we have a list of different modes: the import mode, direct query mode, and the dual mode. By default, we have a direct query mode on this table because it was under direct query mode when we were getting the data from the data source. So when I want to change to dual mode, I'll have this table selected as an active table. Then I'll click on the dual mode to change it from direct query to dual mode. Then now you can see we are given a message setting the storage mode to dual mode has the following implications. Please consider them carefully before proceeding. This operation will refresh tables set to dual, which may take time depending on the factors such as volume. So when you want to change it to dual mode, we'll just click OK. But if you don't want to change it to dual mode, then we can cancel. Again, let's try this one for import mode and the stock details table. So again, you see by default the stock details is under import mode, and then the option here is grayed as import, meaning that we cannot change it. So this one is permanently under import mode, but this other one for direct query, we can also change it to import mode or the dual mode. So ladies and gentlemen, you've seen now we can configure both, rather the three types of modes: the import mode, dual mode, and the direct query mode. So when we come back to our next class, we'll be talking about the structured and unstructured data. So we'll just follow this the ETL process. We are done with the storage mode. So our next class will be talking about the structured and unstructured data. So thanks a lot for being in the class, and let's meet again on the next class.